Tonight, we're digging deeper into Rhode Island's concussion crackdown. It used to be that when an athlete got hit a little too hard, it was often brushed off. He had his bell rung or cobwebs in his head. But we've discovered the state's recent concussion law is changing the game when it comes to brain injuries. And experts tell me it's making a difference in today's young athletes. It's one of the most dangerous sports to play. And one hit can change a player's life forever.
Everything was just a huge blur for maybe a week and a half.
Gian Calisi is an offensive guard and defensive tackle for LaSalle Academy in Providence. The senior captain suffered a moderate concussion against Cranston West in October.
I had a good block. I had driven the D tackle into the ground. I was on top of him, and then as they were running past me, I guess one of the Cranston West players kicked me in the head.
Dazed and confused, he boarded the team bus after the game, but Gion's teammates and coaches knew he had to go to the hospital. His parents were concerned.
By the time we got to the bus, he was pretty unresponsive. His eyes were open. We thought we could talk to him, but he wasn't communicating back to us.
Gion's story isn't unusual. The Institute of Medicine and National Research Council are calling for schools and states to better track sports-related concussions. And we've learned Rhode Island is doing just that. In 2010, the Rhode Island General Assembly passed the School and Youth Programs Concussion Act, recommending impact or baseline concussion testing for student athletes and concussion training for coaches and parents.
As a result of the legislation, coaches, athletic trainers, parents, and athletes themselves are learning more about concussions. They're able to recognize the signs and symptoms of it.
According to the Rhode Island Department of Health, the number of all concussions reported in the Ocean State has skyrocketed since the Concussion Act was put into place. In 2009, only 8 concussions were reported to the department's traumatic brain injury program. In 2010, that number jumped to 276, and so far last year, 144, although reports are still being counted. Stephen Tresvant is the athletic director at Portsmouth High School, where baseline concussion tests are mandatory for student athletes in their freshman year. He says concussion awareness is making a difference.
Just because a bone's not sticking out doesn't mean that that individual is okay. People are so much more, tolerant of, okay, this is a real injury, this is a severe injury.
Getting tested and keeping students safe is a message Gian and his mom want everyone to hear.
I mean, you can push through an ankle or a knee or a shoulder if you have to, but when it comes to your head, it's probably not the best idea.
They're young. Their heart is in the sport. If we have to put a stop to it for their own benefit, for their looking at the big picture, then we have to do it.
After a few weeks on the sidelines, Gian Calisi returned to play when concussion tests showed his brain functioning matched levels in a baseline test he took before playing high school football. The Calisis credit Gion's teachers and coaches helping to get him back into the classroom and onto the field. Now, if you'd like more information on tonight's story, including how to identify and prevent concussions, you can go to our website, WPRI.com.